The recent deployment of 24 F-35B Lightning II aircraft aboard HMS Prince of Wales represents a milestone in modern naval aviation and reflects decades of investment, planning, and technological alignment with leading Allied powers, primarily the United States. This deployment is significant not merely for the number of aircraft embarked, but for the operational implications it carries, demonstrating that the United Kingdom can now maintain a carrier air wing with true fifth-generation capabilities on par with the most advanced carriers in the world. The composition of the air wing, drawn from 617 Squadron, 809, Naval Air Squadron, and 207 Squadron, the latter being the operational conversion unit at RAF Marham, ensures that each unit can maintain full operational readiness while continuing training and exercises at home, an approach that balances operational effectiveness with personnel management and fleet sustainability. This dual operational structure allows the Royal Navy to sustain prolonged deployments without degradation of its air combat capabilities, a principle long practiced by the U.S. Navy in maintaining global carrier presence. The operational context in which this deployment occurs underscores its importance. HMS Prince of Wales has sailed through multiple strategic theaters, covering over 26,000 nautical miles, transitioning from Indo-Pacific operations to the Mediterranean and beyond. These operations have included complex multinational exercises designed to test and validate carrier strike group coordination, air dominance, and advanced joint strike operations in contested environments. The carrier strike group has participated in Falcon Strike 25, an exercise focused on integrating fifth-generation fighter aircraft from multiple Allied nations to execute complex air-to-air and air-to-surface missions in simulated high-threat environments. These exercises simulate high-end conflict scenarios, including contested airspace, electronic warfare suppression, and precision strike coordination. By working in such settings, HMS Prince of Wales not only hones the skills of its air crews but also demonstrates interoperability with the United States Navy and other Allied forces, reinforcing the ability to execute joint operations seamlessly in a real-world high-intensity conflict environment. The scale of the air wing also emphasizes the design advantages of the Queen Elizabeth-class carriers. Unlike earlier Royal Navy carriers, the large flight deck, expanded hangar space, and advanced deck handling systems allow the carrier to sustain multiple high-tempo sorties each day while maintaining operational flexibility to carry helicopters, unmanned platforms, or additional mission-specific equipment. This design philosophy mirrors principles long employed by U.S. Navy carriers, which emphasize sortie generation and flexibility in aircraft mix as critical factors in maintaining operational dominance. The ability to operate 24 F-35Bs at once enhances the carrier strike group's strategic options, enabling sustained air defense, precision strike, reconnaissance, and maritime control operations while minimizing bottlenecks in deck operations or aircraft readiness. The presence of a fully manned and fully equipped stealth fighter air wing demonstrates the Royal Navy's capability to project power at a level previously achievable only by the United States and highlights the maturation of British carrier aviation doctrine into one that can support high-end, networked, and distributed maritime operations. From a strategic perspective, this deployment significantly enhances NATO's deterrent posture, particularly in regions of high geostrategic importance such as the Indo-Pacific, Mediterranean, and North Atlantic. The ability to maintain a carrier with 24 fifth-generation aircraft ensures that the Royal Navy can project power independently or in support of Allied operations, providing both immediate response capability and sustained presence. The interoperability with U.S. carrier strike groups is critical in this context. Shared aircraft types, compatible communication systems, and common operational procedures allow British and American carriers to operate together seamlessly, reinforcing the combined capabilities of transatlantic forces. This synergy allows for coordinated high-end strike packages, integrated air defense networks, and rapid reinforcement in multiple theaters, enhancing both deterrence and operational readiness. The deployment also demonstrates the Royal Navy's ability to maintain persistent maritime presence, respond to crises, and conduct expeditionary operations across the globe without reliance on temporary basing or Allied infrastructure, a principle that underpins U.S. carrier operations and global maritime strategy. The technological and industrial implications of this deployment are equally profound. Operating a fleet of F-35Bs at full capacity requires a sophisticated logistics network, high-level maintenance capabilities, and advanced operational training pipelines. The United Kingdom's integration into the F-35 program ensures that all of these elements meet standards developed and validated in conjunction with U.S. forces. Aircraft maintainability, parts interoperability, and flight operations doctrine are all aligned to U.S. specifications, allowing the Royal Navy to benefit from lessons learned over decades of U.S. carrier aviation experience. This operational alignment extends to command and control, where carrier air wings can be coordinated using familiar procedures, tactical data links, and strike planning methodologies that are fully compatible with U.S. carrier strike groups. The result is an air wing that can be deployed independently, operate in coalition frameworks, or be integrated into broader U.S.-led maritime campaigns without additional adaptation or training. Operationally, having 24 F-35Bs onboard increases flexibility across the entire spectrum of maritime missions. The carrier can support air superiority operations to dominate contested airspace, conduct long-range precision strike missions against high-value targets, perform reconnaissance and intelligence gathering over vast areas, and provide close air support for amphibious or ground forces. Each aircraft's stealth, sensor fusion, and networked capabilities extend the strike group's situational awareness, enabling it to detect, track, and engage threats at distances far beyond the reach of legacy platforms. The number of aircraft embarked allows for the creation of multiple coordinated strike packages simultaneously, providing redundancy and resilience in high-threat scenarios. This is a core principle in U.S. Navy doctrine, where carrier air wings are structured to ensure continuous combat air patrols, persistent strike capabilities, and layered defense, and HMS Prince of Wales is now capable of operating in a similar manner. Beyond manned aircraft, the Royal Navy is preparing to integrate unmanned systems into carrier operations, increasing the operational scope of future deployments. Collaborative combat aircraft and other unmanned platforms are expected to complement the F-35B fleet, performing high-risk missions, extending surveillance reach, and augmenting strike capabilities. This approach mirrors U.S. Navy experimentation with unmanned carrier-based aircraft, which enhances the combat mass of the air wing without increasing personnel requirements. Even without advanced catapult-assisted launch systems, the Queen Elizabeth-class carriers are designed to operate these systems effectively, further increasing operational flexibility. Over time, the combination of manned and unmanned aircraft will allow the Royal Navy to maintain persistent coverage, extend operational reach, and execute complex multi-domain operations, including electronic warfare, anti-access area denial penetration, and deep strike missions, all under conditions designed to replicate real-world high-intensity conflict. The strategic importance of this capability is reinforced by the carrier strike group's operational tempo and the breadth of exercises it participates in. Sailing through multiple theaters, covering thousands of nautical miles, and engaging in multinational operations demonstrates not only the technical capabilities of the air wing but also the organizational readiness of the Royal Navy. Personnel must be trained, systems maintained, and logistics synchronized across long distances while still conducting high-tempo operations. This level of operational rigor is closely aligned with U.S. Navy carrier deployment standards and ensures that British forces are ready to operate seamlessly alongside U.S. forces or independently in global maritime operations. Each flight, sortie, and exercise conducted during this deployment contributes to a body of experience and doctrine that will underpin future carrier operations, whether in deterrence, combat, or rapid crisis response scenarios. The deployment of 24 F-35Bs also has long-term strategic implications for the evolution of British naval aviation. By demonstrating the capability to operate a full air wing of advanced stealth fighters, the Royal Navy validates the Queen Elizabeth-class design and secures its role in global power projection for decades to come. The integration of manned and unmanned systems, coupled with lessons learned from these extended deployments, will inform future modifications, tactical doctrines, and operational concepts. This includes the potential integration of hybrid strike groups, unmanned surface vessels, and unmanned subsurface systems, all coordinated under a carrier-centric command structure designed to maximize combat effectiveness while minimizing personnel strain. The presence of 24 F-35B aircraft aboard HMS Prince of Wales represents a transformative step for the Royal Navy. It signifies operational parity with leading carrier powers, the ability to sustain high-tempo operations across multiple theaters, and the capacity to operate seamlessly with U.S. forces in joint or coalition operations. This deployment validates the carrier's design, demonstrates interoperability with U.S. doctrine and logistics, and lays the groundwork for integrating unmanned systems into future carrier strike groups. The strategic, operational, and technological benefits of this deployment collectively reinforce the United Kingdom's role as a leading maritime power and ensure that its carrier strike capabilities are fully capable of projecting global power, supporting allies, and responding to emerging crises with flexibility, speed, and lethality. The Royal Navy now possesses the operational experience, technical foundation, and strategic alignment to leverage its carriers and F-35B fleet in a manner fully comparable to U.S. carrier operations, ensuring credible and sustained maritime influence well into the future.